Hello, everyone. I am Cartoon Kitsune, and I'm very happy to welcome you all to a Toonkind at 12 FPS. Today, I will be playing the mirror system. Primarily, it's probably going to be Aurelia, but we'll see who else may or may not show up. And with me today is my lovely co-players here.
Hello, I am Fletch, also known as Fletcher, and today I'm going to be playing the awful little detective known as Camille, who is primarily here for reactions and making silly faces.
Oh yeah, speaking of
Hi.
questions, sorry, I also forgot to mention. Actually, no, scratch that because you guys will see her later on. But I'm playing another character in addition to the mirror system. But yeah, sorry for interrupting you, Marzi.
Very good. Hi, my name is Marzi. I'll be playing Leonardo Layton. Ha, you thought I was gonna do the funny intro, didn't you? No, wrong character. We're in AI. I'll be playing Villestown's favorite normal boy.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Anime Pretty Boy himself. Mr. I'm a romantic unless.
Alright, and
Everyone's favorite Leonardo Layton.
And I do believe that today the twins are visiting the Villestown Hospital for a checkup because, as we all know, the twins frequent the hospital quite a bit.
Leo actually has to get forced here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is winter, so they're probably like due for some stuff because their immune systems already aren't great. So Camille is dragging his horrible, horrible brother to the hospital.
You'd think it'd be the other way around, but there's this 8-year-old holding his taller brother by the hem of his shirt, and we think that Leo is pouting.
Yeah, Camille looks about ready to kill someone, though we all know that he never would, like the coward he is. But
SMH wouldn't even commit murder.
Yeah, not only is he an 8-year-old, he is incredibly tiny for an 8-year-old. He is 2'8" and has been since I've started playing him.
There are implications there, but this isn't an angsty FPS, so we don't need to think about them.
All you need to know is that he is small.
He's just a little
You
guy.
cannot change this.
And out of curiosity, how are the twins doing health-wise currently?
You know what? Why don't we be terrible and roll a con, I guess?
I was literally about to type it up.
Alright, go for it.
I don't have the energy to root around for my dice right now, so...
Okay, well, Leo got an 18, but Camille got a 10, so not as bad as it could be, so... Yeah.
Yeah,
Leo
Camille's probably got, the cold weather sore throats TM.
Oof, I actually had that, a couple weeks back. I know that's a pain in the butt.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo is fine through sheer force of will and spite because he hates winter so much.
And we love him so much. Yeah, so they're probably here for a good old winter checkup / get Camille some stuff.
Yeah, probably get some antibiotics or something.
Shout out to inmate.
Yeah.
Who I believe is correct. Camille's primary doctor.
Correct, because Camille's biology is a nightmare, and I would like to inflict that on as few people as possible.
and since biologically they're twins, so they have a lot in common, which is a little sus. Leo would also have to go to inmate.
Yeah. It's fine though, because inmate is a very, very good doctor.
They are.
But the twins aren't the only patients of inmate here right now.
That is true. There is another patient that inmate's been looking after she had a bit of a run-in with, well, she was in coma for a couple of days, among other things. Speaking of that person, though, let's see. I'm gonna say, as you guys are like, finishing up your checkout and walking out into the hallway, roll a perception.
All right. You want me to roll perception? You want Camille to roll perception, Kit?
I don't
You
know.
want to
I'm
see
not
here?
sure if I do That is a 26, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see, where's my Persepi? There it is.
An 8.
He's too busy being upset about being forced to go to the hospital.
He is pouting.
He was a very good patient for inmate, but now that they're out, he's too used to being the baby brother. He's here to be a pain.
There is the important question of, you know how sometimes doctors like have little bowls of candy out for their
He like angrily sucking on like a lollipop or something.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Leo, he would have done it were he not a polite little boy who respects inmate. He would have done the fucking bee and puppy cat. You took too long. Now your candy's gone. That's what happens. But no, he was a good boy and he only took 3 lollipops.
All right. Okay. So Leo, you're busy with that. Camille, on the other hand, being ever vigilant as he is, you hear some voices kind of like from like around the corner of like the hallway you're in. It's probably one of those like 4-way crossroads sort of sections of whatever floor you're on, and you hear a conversation going on between 2 feminine sounding voices, and you hear okay, maybe it's this way. No, we turned right over here, didn't we? No, that was left. Or wait, was it? Did we go up the stairs? And you kind of just hear this sort of back and forth going, and eventually the voices get closer, and you see a young lady walking around the corner. She's I think probably. Yeah, I think she probably just had like her nightgown outfit, but with like slippers and stuff. And I think she definitely has like a cardigan or something because it's definitely a bit chilly in the hallways.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hey Kit.
Yeah.
With Leo's 8 and our plans in the group chat, we could do something really funny.
You could do something incredibly funny.
We could do something really, really funny.
Especially because Leo is beholden to certain tropes.
All right. Do we want to roll for this? Because I'm guessing that there's a possibility that these two might run into each other.
OMG, it's meet cute time.
Yeah.
What would we even roll for? Roll for meet cute?
Maybe like a dex save, but like disadvantage for the sake of funny, because we want them to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so dex save.
Ooh, Leo failing a dex save can be kind of a high ask.
All right. Well, if she fails it, then it could go differently.
It was almost a nat 20. That's so funny.
Amazing.
Dang. But yeah, so that's a 5 from Aurelia and a 10 from Leo. Okay, here's my thought. So, what do you have it? Like, Leo bumps into her, she loses her balance and falls backward, and like Leo catches her at the last second.
That's absolutely what I was thinking. It's the anime meet cute.
Exactly. Now there's like literally like a capture. I think she lets out like a little like adorable little squeak as she like gets run into and like nearly trips over herself. And Leo catches her and she looks like she's about to say like I'm sorry, but she's like cut off as like she's kind of like looking up at him wide eyed, and we pan out and we see like the sparkles and the rose petals around them.
The anime pan close up of his face with like the lollipop stick hanging out of his mouth, and he dramatically swishes his fringe out of his face, and he's like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. You okay?"
I imagine what probably makes it worse is that like since he's pouting or like was pouting 2 seconds before, he probably has like that sort of bad boy grunge slouch. Not to mention, he is, I believe, an entire foot taller than Aurelia.
Yep,
Yeah.
So
he
she
is.
has to like
He
look
is
way
6 foot
up.
even,
For the rest of
baby.
the audience, I decided that Aurelia has short energy, and so despite being nearly 18, she is only 5 feet tall.
Yeah, so her head would have bumped into his chest.
And yeah, Aurelia's response to your question is just an and she's looking very wide-eyed at you, and she's definitely, her cheeks are starting to turn a bit pink. But this moment is kind of instantly shattered as a significantly smaller person pops up from like behind her head, standing on her shoulder, and says, "Hey, watch where you're going." And boys, you see that standing on her shoulder is someone who looks like quite a bit similar to her, maybe like slightly younger if you like look really squint. But she's got like the same long brown hair with the braids and everything. Um, her outfit, she's got like a kind of like a black skirt, and most notably is that she has these 2 feathery little wings coming out from her back.
OMG, just like Juby for real.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Judy, except if he was 1 foot tall and also a girl.
If you had stopped at 1 foot tall, my immediate like gut check response was gonna be, yes, what every BBC member wishes, just so Juby could shut up about being the tallest.
Amazing. Also,
But
a fun
Yeah.
fact is I keep poking Camille to see if he's gonna say anything, but right now all he's handing me is like this exasperated sort of like half disgusted look because he noticed those rose petals.
the anime rose petals and the sparkles and like the shoujo bubble background.
Yeah, so he's kind of so he's kind of just standing off to the side with like almost
like,
a wince on his face.
It's the yikes emoji that I use.
Yeah.
Discord, please, I want to send the emoji. Discord, no, don't crash.
Oh no.
Discord, no.
Whatever did
I'm
we
howling
do?
at the moon.
Okay, I do.
Okay, I will ask Leah,
Yeah.
what do you do like once this very tiny person pops up from behind her shoulder?
Well, first of all, he's going to very politely help this person stand upright that he is just bumped into.
I think she
Probably
mumbled,
probably keeps a hand on her shoulder just to steady her, and also for that sweet anime.
Of course. Yeah, I think she like mumbles a very quiet thank you, but she's kind of like sort of glancing away from Leo and like maybe nervously playing with one of her braids. Meanwhile, the little shoulder angel is still a bit huffy about nearly getting knocked over, and says as much. Sheesh, you nearly knocked us over. Were you even looking?
No, sorry, I was kind
was
of in
pouting.
my own head. Shut. Stop projecting onto me just because you're 8 years old.
No, you were absolutely pouting.
I'm so pretty.
I think the little angel kind of snickers at your guys' banter. Meanwhile, the girl kind of says, "Oh no, it's okay. I should have been watching where I was going to, and I'm okay.
Oh, that's good to hear. Were you looking for something?
Yes. I was actually well, we wanted to go on a walk and stretch our legs a little bit, but well, we're kind of lost. We're not that lost. I can totally find our way back. We just got to keep looking."
I don't know. Hospitals are pretty big. I mean, where are you heading? Maybe we could help you find your way.
Oh, it's room 318. I think the number was. And let's see. I don't know if you guys need to roll for this or not. Like, let's see. I don't know if it'd be like history or survival.
We first roll like 1d6 to see what floor they're even on.
Sure. Let me do that.
All right. The first one.
She somehow made it. They somehow made it to the first floor.
I imagine they're like in the lobby at this point.
Like close to
alright,
it at least.
we're gonna roll for Camille, and let's just that's good. Okay.
Yeah, let me. You said history or survival?
Yeah, either one. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna roll a wisdom check for her just to double check on something. Okay.
Oh nope, I didn't do a D. I did it wrong.
How could you?
I cheat at
committing
D&D. This is
D&D
my
fraud.
punishment.
Okay, so
Leo is so against hospitals that he refuses to even so much as begin
Fuck.
to think about
Give me a
floor
second.
plan.
I'm getting a phone call.
Oh no!
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna pause the recording for now then.
Alright.
Alright, we are back. So yeah, I think at this point, the girl also says, where are my manners? I should, properly introduce myself. And, she does, like, the little, like, formal curtsy with, like, you know, like, holds out, like, either side of her skirt, that sort of thing. And it's like, my name is Aurelia. It's a pleasure to meet you both. And this is Angelique. And, Angelique kind of puffs her chest up, like, looking very proud, and is like, it's like, I'm her patron. She, yeah, she says that.
Well, it's really nice to meet you both.
And then he, of course, tilts his head like, patron?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a long story, but, she's kind of like, my protector, and, Anna gave her magic, so now she can use these really cool magical powers. And she's just kind of, like, grinning and stuff.
Leo reaches over and baps the top of Camille's hat.
He makes a squeaky toy noise.
And Leo is just, they told us their names. Start with your name before you go asking about their patronage.
Camille immediately sends Leo a glare.
Yeah, that's what you get for being rude.
Why don't you introduce us, Leo?
Oh, you want me to?
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
No,
that's
definitely no problem. I was just trying to teach. I was just trying to use this as a teaching moment for my adorable little brother.
Camille is elbowing Leo's leg.
So yeah, Leo does tilt his head like the sort of like greeting nod, and is just, I'm Leo Layton, and this is my my baby brother Camille.
Camille does accept that though, because it is certainly better than the gag that he cannot seem to escape whenever introducing himself.
Camille Christie, private eye.
Did you actually say that?
No, that was just me being mean.
Okay, fair enough.
Mean to him.
Say the line, Bart.
Yeah, I think Aurelia like gives a polite little nod. It's like, it's very nice to meet the both of you, and thank you for helping me. I hope it's not too much trouble.
Oh, no, it's fine.
No, yeah, no problem. But you two did manage to get real far.
How far are we talking? I think Anjali kind of looks around and is like, we're still in the same building, right?
You are still in the hospital?
Okay, good.
I think your room was on 3rd floor. We're in the 1st floor lobby.
I think they both kind of like sweat drop at that. I think Aurelia might say, maybe we should have asked one of the doctors or nurses to accompany us. I think Angelique kind of huffs and is like, I said it'd be fine, and we found someone to show us the way back, right? So it all worked out. I guess so. She kind of shrugs.
And I think Camille's probably gonna start walking.
Well, it's pretty easy to get lost in a hospital, honestly. But if you ever get too lost, they do tend to have signs up that can help you find your way.
And he probably points over to one.
And a good rule of thumb is if you can't rely on signs, find anyone with a clipboard.
Oh, okay, I'll make sure to remember that next time. She kind of does like the determined little nod thing. It's very cute.
Oh.
I think as you guys are walking, it's probably quiet for a little bit. You can tell this girl is a bit on the shy side. Actually, let me roll a d2 to see who tries to strike up conversation first. Okay, 1 for Aurelia, 2 for Angelique. It's a 2. That sounds about right.
All right.
I think Aurelia is just kind of like quietly walking alongside you guys, definitely not stealing little glances at Leo as they're walking, and absolutely not blushing like when she steals a glance. Definitely not.
Leo has his hands in his pockets and is still doing that slight, like, bad boy slouch. But in his mind, he's doing it because he's the tallest and he feels kind of bad.
Yeah, he just towers over the rest of this group.
Alright.
So, like, yeah, to outsiders, it's him doing the delinquent slouch, but no, he's just very tall.
Yeah. See, Aurelia definitely like quickly turns her head away and like her cheeks are turning pink again.
Oh shit! Now someone's at the door. God damn! I'll be right back.
Oh man. Okay, pausing again, folks. Alrighty. So yeah, I think while Aurelia is off to the side having this little crisis, I think Angelique pipes up. So are you two from around here, or are you staying at the hospital like we are, or?
We kind of just came in for a checkup and you get some
medication, and he probably like shakes around the little box before pocketing it. He probably does have a face mask on because he is a responsible citizen.
Good for him. Good boy.
Yo, mask up. Let's go.
What about you?
Well, I guess technically I'm only staying here because Ori has to stay here, and it's been so boring around here. Well, I mean it's not all boring, and besides, I think we're probably going to go soonish. And I mean at least we have people to visit us, right? Well, yeah, I guess that part's okay. Still a little boring.
No, yeah, hospitals are super boring.
Yeah, they are.
Well, maybe when we go back to our room, we can look at that astronomy book the professor left for us the other day. You're interested in that, right? Oh yeah, the one with the stars.
All right, and now time for me to roll history because my boy sometimes can be dense.
Alrighty.
Okay, thankfully the
17,
professor.
yeah, that's definitely enough.
Yeah, he probably connects the dots of like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the same name that Izumi was talking to me about. And then they mentioned the professor. Oh, this is that person.
Leo is blissfully unaware because he doesn't really ask about cases that people go on. He's not a detective.
Fair enough. But yeah, we did talk about this in the DMs that the folks who were on that particular case didn't really divulge too many details, mostly for the sake of privacy of the other person involved, that being Aurelia. But you did hear a few little tidbits. I think Prof might have like briefly mentioned that well, that there was a girl involved and like he's been visiting someone at the hospital recently. So
Mm-hmm.
you definitely know that much at least.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, Avi said that you said the case got submitted to Moria's agency.
That's
So,
right. Yeah. So Camille would have heard about it. It's just that Izumi happened to be the one who took the case.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he is only a little bit salty about the fact that Izumi and Professor went on a case about him again.
I mean, to be fair, the professor wasn't initially supposed to be on that particular case.
Yeah.
He just kind of shows up.
Yeah, he
You
really
know the
much is not.
professor.
He was not supposed to be there. Izumi told Camille that Professor wasn't supposed to be there. Camille decided to be pouty about it anyways because Izumi still wanted on a case about him. Like, he wants to go on cases with his family.
Izumi learning one of the big rules of being an older brother. If you do something that your younger siblings want to also be a part of without them, no matter what, they will be upset.
Yeah, they're just gonna be pouty. Like, he's not actually like genuinely upset, but he was petty and pouty over
Of
it.
course, yeah.
So that said, I think once Camille puts the pieces together, he kind of just slows to stop as his eyes widen, and there's just a small, oh.
I think the girls stop too, and like Ari kind of tilts her head curiously at Camille.
Leo is stopping and is like, what clues did you put together in your head this time?
Alright, I'm going to roll a fun little thing to see if he can put it together eloquently or not.
You have the social tact, little man.
Okay, he
Again.
has social tact.
Oh my god, he
Nice
did
on the
it!
Yeah, if you failed it, then he would have just blurted out, "Oh, you're that case."
die. Oh man.
Fucking Lamau.
But since he rolled a 19 on the dice, I think he'd just go, "Oh, my older brother, Shirazumi told me about you a bit."
Oh, you know Mr. Izumi?
Yeah, he is my older brother.
Oh wow. Talk about a small world, huh?
Hearing other people call him Mr. Izumi sure does bring back memories.
I think she kind of like blushes a little bit again. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if I should. I mean, it's the more polite thing to say, right? And
That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying, right? But like, every time I did it, he looked really like annoyed with me.
Oh gosh, maybe I should stop calling him that then.
I think it may be because you've been calling him Mr. Izumi for
And Camille pauses for a moment, like,
2 years now?
Incorrect. I started calling him Zumi 3 months ago.
Actually, wait, I think at this point, like, she kind of like connects a couple dots in her own head. Is like, actually, wait, if he's your brother, why are you calling him Mr. Izumi?
Oh, I mean,
Camille
we're
is
not.
looking at Leo right now.
Me and Zumi aren't. I mean, no, he's just Camille's older brother.
I know Ari's real kind, but like if she was a toon, you'd be seeing like the little question marks over her head. The expression
It's
definitely overlays that.
No, he is just a classic Toon found family. It doesn't always extend to the rest of the family. He's just Camille's older brother.
Leo's in denial.
And
You-
Camille pats Leo's like,
You are small enough for me to crush you under my foot. Do not test me.
I think
You
Ari kind of
won't.
like flinches a little at that and says, "Oh no, please don't fight."
Oh, don't worry. He doesn't actually hurt me. He does throw me on the couch sometimes, though.
It's a couch. It's a couch and you weigh like 2 pounds. It is like gently tossing a paper airplane down a hallway. Only you make funnier noises.
I think you have consistently screamed "get dunked on" every single time you've done it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do that. Especially not to my baby brother who I love so much. Absolutely would not.
Meanwhile, I think Anjali kind of like leans over and whispers, "Are all siblings like this?" And Ari kind of opens her mouth to answer, and then like thinks for a moment, is like, I don't remember if we were. I mean, it's probably not all siblings." And she just kind of shrugs.
But, anyways, yeah, that's, how I. Well, that's not. Mm.
and I think Camille is. He almost mentioned like he first heard about her via the case document at the agency, but no, he shouldn't mention that actually.
That's not a very
That's-
tactful way of saying it.
That's
Yeah.
not something normal people say, Camille.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he did roll well, so.
Yeah. So he's kind of just that. It does seem like things are better now for you.
Oh yes, they're much better now. It's oh well, we both kind of owe our lives to them.
Uh, Not very surprising, yeah. But good to know that things worked out.
He's
Mhm.
he's doing so good at not asking for details. he did well on the tact roll. He's doing so good at not being a nosy little detective right now.
He's off the clock. He's here as a normal little boy getting a normal prescription.
I think Ari will chime in with well, I probably shouldn't go into it. Like I said, it's a bit of a long story, but well, it is. It's also how Angelique became my patron too. So that was definitely kind of a silver lining. And plus, Meat came to meet the rest of him as well. I mean, it was nice to make a few new friends.
That's great. I know how kind of hard it can be to make friends in a hospital.
Right. It's there's not a whole lot of people to talk to around here, but it's okay. I mean, they've been visiting us pretty often, especially the professor. The professor's neat. I mean, he's kind of weird, but I mean, he knows so much stuff.
You said he let you borrow one of his books?
Yeah. Come on, let me show you. And I think Angelique will like hop off Aurelia's shoulder and like kind of fly forward. I think at this point you guys have been walking long enough that you would have found the room by now.
Leo internally is just yes. Ammo to use against the professor to hound him into letting me borrow more books.
Camille Camille sort of realized that from Leo's tone, so sort of raising an eyebrow.
Yeah, actually, just for fun, I think Angelique makes it to the door first, but because she is very small, she's not able to lift the handle. So Aurelia kind of comes behind her and like pulls it for her.
Oh, I know that pain.
Leo's just like, haha, yeah, you do.
And yeah, you guys can like follow them into their room because they want to show you the book. Yeah, it's a basic hospital room. It's one of those like one bedroom, so it's like a private one. Pretty simple.
Mhm.
There's like probably not as much equipment next to the bed now as there was like earlier on, because Ari's been doing better and she's been there for a while. So
I've just been shaking Leo. Like, stop handing me. Ah, yeah, this brings back memories. Stop.
I mean, you can mention that if you wanna.
He probably he steps inside with like a very polite pardon the intrusion. Glances around and is just, yeah, this takes me back.
Leo implies, I've been dropping hints that I've spent a lot of time in a hospital. I've spent a lot of time.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
as Angelique's like
From-
trying to find the book, Aurelia will say, "Oh, did you spend a lot of time in the hospital as well?"
Oh yeah, I am rare disease George.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And I think you guys can roll an insight on here if you wanna.
Mhm. Oh boy, time for
Lee
Mhm.
likes spilling his backstory in the funniest way possible.
Yeah. Oh wow.
oh damn.
Yeah, I think with those rolls, which are both well over 20, you guys definitely get the sense that like she definitely considers like having to like be at a hospital for a long time like a bad thing. Like, interestingly enough though, she doesn't seem like like that broken of like staying here specifically. And I think with other girls who probably put together like maybe she had a bad experience at a different hospital at some point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
God damn it, Fletcher, now I'm just imagining it's that fucking like Ace Attorney layout of like Aurelia in the middle of the screen. And like
I know,
looking
I've
off
seen
to
that
the
too.
side sadly.
Yeah. She got like the
Yeah, like
Sprite.
you know that one like somber song that they play in the original trilogy when someone's reminiscing.
Yeah, I know the one. I'll have to find that one later.
Mhm.
God.
But yeah, I think on noticing that, I think he will probably go. Well, I mean, from what it looks like, you should be out soon, and I know that this hospital tends to be good.
Definitely. And I mean, you managed a, albeit accidental, walk from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor. That's pretty good.
Yes, I guess so. And yes, this hospital's a lot nicer, and the doctors are like a lot nicer to me, and I feel like I've made some actual progress, so that's been a good thing.
Camille holding himself back from asking about what happened at the old hospital. At this point, I might just have to make another tact roll.
Please do.
Okay, that's a two.
Lamau! He was
Yeah.
he was polite for too long. He can't hold it in anymore.
Yeah, I think he's just. What happened at the old hospital?
Leo just kind of gives him a look.
If I can ask.
Oh, it's okay. Well, I guess the best way to put it is, they didn't really understand my disorder or know what it was, and they didn't really know how to treat it properly, so, well, we were kind of miserable back there. But, they know a lot more about, these sort of things over here, so, they've actually been able to treat me, and my therapist has been teaching me a lot about how it works and all that, so, we've been doing a lot better now.
Hey, that's great.
Can I ask if Camille can make an intelligence roll to see if he can put pieces together
Please
to see if
do, yes.
all right. Like not about like the disorder itself, but more so like, oh, you're very much not from Einquil.
Mm-hmm.
And the closest
yeah.
one would be Furuma, so
Yep.
let's
And
see.
she's real kind as well, so yeah, I'd say 15's
Yeah.
probably enough.
I think Camille kind of just. Oh, are you from Furuma? I know that they're not really the best about some stuff there.
Yes, specifically I'm from, Strios. It's, well, it's quite a bit more, old-fashioned compared to, over here, I guess.
It's Leo's
Alright.
turn for a tact roll.
Do it,
would that be a history roll to see if they've heard it before?
Sure, yeah.
Well, first I need to make does Leo make a social faux pas roll?
Okay,
Oh,
we can run
boy.
through your rules.
Yes.
Oh,
Ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen.
Leo makes a face is just gross.
Leo.
Sorry, that I didn't mean to say that.
Well, I mean, the hospital is definitely bad, but, well, I mean, the place itself was, I mean, I think some parts of it are pretty, and yeah, you can definitely tell that, like, she's kind of having trouble kind of coming up with, like, good things to say about, like, where she came from, so, make of that what you will.
You are half real kind, and you are born in a real kind country.
Yes, and next question.
Anyways,
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say.
I apologize for my brother.
Oh, it's okay. Well, I mean, once my treatment's done, I'll be heading back there, so, that's, and I think now would probably be a good time for like a timely interruption from Anjali, who's finally I think as the scene's been going on, she's been like slowly like trying to like turn the book over. It's not like it's not like a super thick book, so like she can barely lift it. But like she's still kind of hovering pretty slow. I think eventually she just like kind of like gives up and like drops it on the bed. Oh, Anjali, you don't need to carry stuff like that. No, it's fine. I can carry fine. Just to stop and catch her breath for a moment.
No.
Fucking holds her.
You good there?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I think Aurelia gives her like a gentle little pat on the back. And I think Aurelia will probably like pick the book up and show it to you guys. Yeah, he was showing us this one, and I think she's kind of like flips to a page, probably one on like constellations or something, or like pictures of stars and like what they're made up of. I think Angelique at this point has probably caught her breath again, so she kind of like pops up, like yeah, look at this here. See, I always thought the stars were just like these little like spiky things, but no, it turns out that they're like these giant balls with like gas, and they're like so big you can't even like know how like big they are. And she's just kind of like rambling away like all these little facts about stars.
I've been holding Leo back from being a big nerd.
Do it, Leo. Be the nerd you're meant to be.
He's practically like vibrating. Oh god, Discord's crashing. Discord, please!
No!
Let Leo be a nerd!
Stop holding him back,
loose.
Discord.
Let him cook!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh no, yeah, Camille doesn't need to roll anything. Leo is practically vibrating when he sees the book.
I mean, honestly, if you just want to have him go off, then go for it.
Yeah, he starts going off on like, yes, the stars are big balls of gas out in the void of space, but also the history of constellations and their importance to older civilizations.
And Angelique is just like eating all of this up.
I'm yes, as a correction from the poor audience member, big bowls with plasma.
Yes, plasma.
That's right. Fair enough.
He's not here. Leo's not here to be a little science boy. He's a history nerd.
Valid.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll say that Angelique might have got it wrong because like she might have like not gotten all the nuance of the explanation prompted, so she misremembered as like fire or gas or something.
Mhm.
No, yeah, Leo's just talking about the history of constellations.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Camille is letting them both be nerds.
Actually, while they're
Probably
nerding
goes to
out,
Papa Squat somewhere.
yeah, I think both Aurelia is probably kind of like propping the book up. Or she might have like just handed it off to Leo if like he's gonna be rambling. I think as they're doing this, she's probably stealing a few more glances at Leo.
Yeah, nothing more appealing than a cute anime boy being all starry-eyed about his interests.
Listen,
It
he's
doesn't
excitable
help
and
that
it's really cute.
he probably has like the little anime sparkles around him now.
Yeah.
Amazing. Actually, I think while Camille's like sitting next to her, roll another perception check. This one, listening specifically.
All right. My boy was built to see, and God does it show.
That is a 21.
Yeah. And that was a less than average roll.
God.
Yeah. But yeah, you notice Aurelia is like she kind of like looking at like she's kind of like looking at him as he's rambling away. But then she kind of like furrows her brow a little and kind of like glances off to the side, and you see her sort of at first she's sort of just like mouthing the words, but like as it goes on, she kind of like whispers like under her breath, and you probably wouldn't be able to hear it unless you were like right up next to her, which Camille is. Yeah, she seems like whatever she's like talking about, she's like so focused that she probably like forgets Camille's right there for a moment, and you hear her whispering, well, no, no, I'm not gonna ask him that. Why would? Well, no, no. Just well, if I like, I'm not gonna ask him just because I like him. I mean, we just met a few minutes ago. We don't. And she's kind of like mumbling that sort of thing under her breath.
Okay.
Leo's got Riz.
Okay. Camille has tact. He's once again being tactful, so he's not about to just go, "Oh, are you talking to someone?" That said, he is kind of a little shit. So he's probably just going to go, ask him what?
I think Aurelia lets out like an embarrassed little squeak. And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's I'm just talking to myself. It's nothing."
Young kind of wants to squint at that, so can I roll insight?
Please do.
Okay, that's a
that is a
31.
31 with a 19 on the dice.
God.
Yeah. In
God.
his defense,
Disgusting little boy.
2 of his brothers are Kalashtar, so
Fair enough. Yes, I say definitely with that roll. Yeah, if it wasn't bleedingly obvious already, Ari's got a crush. But also, I think you can pick up that like whatever she's like doesn't want to talk about, she's embarrassed about it. Probably relating to the crush, possibly something else. It's a bit vague on that. I think like with that stare, she caves a little bit, and she'll say, well, it's also, I mean, I'm not really supposed to talk about it, I guess. I mean, my aunt doesn't really want me to.
I mean, do you want to talk about it or do you not want to talk about it?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't really get what the big deal is. I mean, it's, well, okay, I guess, well, it's probably weird to ask. Just maybe don't tell anyone if it. Like I said, I don't really get why it matters, but
Oh, don't worry. I'm pretty good at not spilling other people's secrets, I think.
Okay, thank you. It's well, see, I'm from well, sort of a noble family back in Shurima, wealthy and all that, and the titles, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Camille does not because he knows that all too well.
And well, I guess there's not really a good way to say this. I guess nobles usually prefer that, we only associate with other nobles. I mean, like I said, I really don't get it. I think it's kind of silly, honestly. I mean, people are just people. Stuff like money and titles is just stuff, right? But, well, the rest of my family kind of, I guess, puts more emphasis on it. That's why, well, my aunt told me not to, tell my name to too many people. I mean, well, I guess it worked out because I couldn't remember my name for a while, but now I know it again. And well, she shakes her head. Well, like I said, it's something about and she's just kind of rambling at this point. And I think Camille at this point, with that 31 that you got, between the whole what she said and knowing that she clearly has a crush on Leo, you get the sense that like maybe it's a case of like when she says associate with non-nobles, it might be something else like
Oh,
Associate romantically.
exactly.
Well, now Camille's at a crossroads because on one hand, he can, do the whole thing he normally does, which is like, fuck that. The nobles who are like that are all assholes.
Mhm.
On the other hand, that's his brother, and he doesn't want to think about Leo having any sort of riz, like whatsoever.
Camille was there when Leo was losing his mind over Estelle. This doesn't compute.
Yeah. So
And
now
maybe
he has.
and maybe bring up the love triangle he's currently in, where 2 out of 3 of the people involved are Leo himself.
Yeah. Leo is creating brand new shapes regarding love, and it is nothing good. But yeah, Camille. Let's see how good he does on deception, actually. Okay,
Wow,
that's a
23.
23. So
Nice.
Camille does a very good job of hiding the absolute psychic damage he has seeing Leo have Riz. And instead has to make the very hard decision to stick by his moral guns and kind of just go, well, honestly, I always kind of thought that rule is stupid. I mean, people who really, really care about that more often than not tend to be jerks.
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, I don't want to think less of my family, but well, some of them, I guess. She kind of shakes her head. No, I shouldn't say that. But at any rate, it's I like I said, I think it's kind of silly and doesn't really make sense. So
Thing is that it makes sense to them. They want to keep. It's
Camille trying very hard to not start to go on a rant about like politics. Because he is 8 and he is about to go like, well, you see, it's all a power game. uh, so just Leo, please save your brother.
Alright, let me roll a perception for Leo. See if he even notices this or if he's too busy being a dweeb.
He's saying
I
that like
keep
he ever stopped being a dweeb.
20. Persepi is a 6.
There
That's
we
Jesus.
go. Not
He
20.
is, he is finally tuned to if his brother is uncomfortable with something.
yeah, Leo, you are extremely aware of Camille fumbling over his words and failing horribly at sounding like an actual child as he starts to talk about how oligarchies and nobility work and how it's all about maintaining the power in as few people's hands as possible and like elitism and all of that fun stuff.
Actually, depending on how much
Leo,
Camille says, I might have to roll another wisdom check. Let me do this.
Fair.
Let's see. Oh, 10. Yeah, I think that might be low enough.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that like while Camille's kind of like going off on this tangent, I think Aurelia like she zones out for like not very long, but like a little bit. Like she seems to be listening. She's just kind of staring off into space for a few moments, and I think at this point might be when Leo would probably chime in.
yeah, no, Leo has put the book down and is leaned over to put a hand on Camille's head and is just, haha, the things that we learn as Forcenanians, since Forcenan, also has a lot of nobility and things.
That's where you're from. I suppose it would make sense you would have knowledge on this topic then. But yes, I'm quite well versed in the politics of high society, quite intimately, in fact. It's certainly quite the world to be a part of, and well, eventually we'll have to be returning to it. But you certainly do raise quite a few good points, and I certainly agree with that. And I think she might kind of like briefly go off her probably smaller tangent about like her own opinions on that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Probably might even go off a tangent of like especially women in high society and like sort of there's definitely a lot of cattiness there, like even when it comes to like stuff as simple as like fashion trends and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling when you meet in a hospital and suddenly your friends shit talking politics.
Yeah. I think that this might be another good time for the boys to roll insight on Aurelia.
All right. Ba-ba.
Okay, 15 from Camille. Oh wow, the 22 from Leo. Yeah, I think
Leo is a very good insight boy.
hey, good for him. So yeah, I'd say Camille, you maybe pick up that like Aurelia is being like a little less, like quite a bit less shy and like more eloquent than like she was a moment ago. But you can probably chalk this up to like the tension just kind of broke a little bit since you've been breaking the ice between each other, and so now she's like not as nervous around you guys. Leo, on the other hand, it's kind of like a more sudden shift. Like it seems like the fact that she's like more like composed and elegant like this. It's like really different from like the girl you were talking to. Like almost like something like changed in the past few minutes, but of course you're not quite sure what that would be. But you notice like it's a much more significant change than like Camille might have noticed.
Unfortunately, Leo, unlike his brother, is Mr. Stays in his lane.
Fair enough.
That's hilarious.
Leo's just like, oh, okay. That's not my business.
Yeah, Leo's also used to Camille like swapping between personas like it's like it's a hot potato.
I think she, like after she's done with her little tangent, she'll be like, but yes, you both mentioned you were from Fort Sinan. I do believe I've read about that place before. It's well, we've never been there before, but it does sound like quite a lovely place. Oh, actually, another thing I can mention that Leo would definitely pick up. This girl, Aurelia, question mark. She's kind of like squinting her eyes a bit more, like for some reason. Like maybe she got something caught in her eye. You're not quite sure, or like she's struggling to see something.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he's like,
Yeah.
are you doing all right? Do we need to call your doctor?
Oh dear. Please don't trouble yourself.
You,
It's quite all right. It's well, my eyesight gets a bit blurry every now and then. Actually, let me roll a deception on this. Let me see.
you gonna try to decept against these two insight boys?
Yep. Well, she doesn't know them all that well, so let's see. Oh wow, it's a 20. Not bad.
Ooh.
It's a dirty 20.
Alright.
But yeah, if you want insight against that,
Mhm.
that is a 28
Alright.
from Leo. And it's time to
Twinsy!
OG
Twinsies.
twinsies!
Twinsies. But yeah, no, you can definitely tell this girl is lying. She's doing a very good job at lying. It's quite convincing, and the average person might not pick up on it. But yeah, clearly, whatever her deal with her eyesight is, she's something other than like just occasionally getting blurry. There's something else to it.
I'd like to think they share like a look.
Mhm. Yeah, they share a look, and to Leo, it is very obvious that Camille wants to talk about it and like bring it up. In fact, he's like already opening his mouth up to say something in regards to the topic.
Leo puts a hand on his hat again and is like, "No, I mean, blurry vision can be. I know maybe it happens a lot, but that sounds like kind of a big deal, especially if you're a long stay at a hospital. So I mean, it's no trouble if you need us to contact whoever is looking after you."
No, it's quite all right. I have been looking into it. Eventually, I do believe the doctors may have ordered some glasses for me, so it won't be too much of an issue in the near future.
Mhm. Mhm.
hmm I'm gonna let me see. I'm gonna roll something for Angelique actually. Let's
Mhm.
see. What should I roll for her? I think straight wisdom would probably work here. Just to like, let's see. Actually, I'm gonna give her a disadvantage just for the sake of funny. Let's see. 17. That's still pretty good. Hmm. Yeah, I think like Angelique looks like she's about to say something, but like out loud, but instead she kind of like thinks better of it and like floats it a bit closer and kind of like whispers something in Aurelia's ear instead.
Mhm.
There's like a bit of back and forth between them. Um, I want to say like maybe we should just go with passive perception on this, though. I feel like they're probably going to be still pretty huge considering these two.
I
Yeah.
also since Angelique and Aurelia question mark are whispering, I'd like to think the twins kind of look at each other and with their modified twins thieves cans,
Mm-hmm.
which is mostly sign.
Mhm.
There's just a Leo kind of glances at Camille and signs. Oh no, yeah, something's totally up, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I I really want to ask about it.
Are you sure you can do it politely?
Camille looks away.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But you wanted their passives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insight or
I think just perception, since this would be listening perception.
okay, cool. That's a lot lower. It's a 16.
It is a 22.
Yeah, Camille definitely hears it. Like, I get the sense that like the girls are probably like whispering a lot more quietly, but like as it kind of picks up, like their voices like unintentionally like raise in volume slightly.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, my boy was made to see.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Angelique's saying, well, like why are we hiding it from them? I mean, I don't really see the point. Well, we don't need to mention it either. I mean, they barely know us. We don't really need to. And they're just kind of like going back and forth, sort of like this.
Mhm. I think Camille looks over at Leo with big ol' eyes.
Leo kind of looks at him and then sighs and gestures. Yeah, go ahead.
And Kale sort of lean over to talk to them, like, you really don't have to tell us if you don't want to.
I think Lyra jolts Aurelia jolts a little bit at that.
Yeah. Yeah. And Camille's just like, I mean, Professor and Shiro seem to trust you, so don't really see a reason to
Yeah, that's
dig.
what I'm saying. Anjali chimes in. I mean, they even met you in person, for crying out loud. Well, yes, but I mean, it's just what do you think they're not gonna like you just because they hear about that? Well, no, I mean, maybe, I mean, yeah. Now she's kind of like nervously mumbling a little bit.
I mean, I already mentioned that I'm rare diseases George.
You have one. Rare diseases, George, implies that you have like upwards of 10,000 rare diseases.
Maybe I do. Maybe they're so rare that they haven't been picked up yet.
Oh dear, I certainly hope not. I suspect you might not be alive if that were the case.
No, I was joking, I promise.
Oh, okay, thank goodness. Well, to answer your question, well, it's, I believe Aurelia mentioned it earlier, that we had a disorder. It's, well, are you familiar with the term, dissociative identity disorder?
Right. Wow.
And,
Medicine.
do you want to have yeah, I was gonna say medicine check.
Yeah. It's gonna be really ironic if Camille doesn't,
Yeah,
considering.
considering. Okay,
Alright, let
not too
me.
bad.
Come
Okay,
on,
what's
Camille.
your medicine? Okay.
Come on, Camille.
Oh, this is.
Can I give him
That's
advantage,
really
please? Can we give him advantage?
a meta advantage.
You're killing me, Camille. There we go.
That's better. Okay.
This is what we call projecting.
Yep. Listen, it just doesn't feel right, man.
Understandable.
So yeah, I'd say Leo's probably heard of like the disorder like in vague terms. I don't want to say like maybe he's heard of like the older term that used to be that used to describe the particular disorder, like depending on how vague his knowledge is. Yeah. But either way, he's like vaguely heard of it. Probably doesn't know like all the details. Camille, on the other hand, would probably know the ins and outs about this. Like maybe he even like read about it at some point, and that's why he knows like so much about it. I can see Camille like maybe being the type to. Would you say he's the type to like on occasion just like pick a subject and like study it intensely just for the sake of like learning about it because it's interesting?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Sort of like the Uncrelian equivalent of like wiki diving.
Yeah. Especially because unfortunately, it does tend to crop up in murder mysteries.
That is true. Mm-hmm.
So he'd probably see it, research it extensively, and then immediately toss that novel in the trash.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Leo's a polite boy, and since he knows he doesn't know much, he's just like very politely nodding along.
Fair enough.
And Camille sort of nods, and he's just, oh, I see. Is there anything you'd like us to do to help make things more comfortable?
No, you needn't trouble yourselves. I'm quite all right. The well, issues with my eyesight. For whatever reason, I'm the only one who has this particular issue. I do believe our therapist said it can have to do with stress as a sort of side effect. That part I would rather not go into too deeply. I will say though my eyesight has been gradually improving over the course of our treatment, so I am quite all right at the moment.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's nothing serious enough that we have to call the doctor in right away, at least.
Oh no, certainly not. But we do appreciate your concern.
Well, of course. I mean, we may have just met, but you are close with people that we care about, so of course we care about you.
Aw. Man. Let's see, what should I roll for this? How she reacts to this. I don't think I need to roll anything for this actually. She's just kind of like goes quiet for a moment and just kind of says, well, thank you very, very much. Yeah. Again, it's not quite as shy as Aurelia was, but there's definitely that like kind of sort of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like she's not quite used to hearing that from folks for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that if Camille were his teenage self, we'd be about to make this an even more complicated shape. So thank goodness that he's 8.
I think Angelique would probably chime in at this point, like, "See, you're fine. Nobody's head exploded or whatever you think is gonna happen." Well, I didn't say our heads was going to explode, or that'd be ridiculous.
It. Yeah, I can't say that I have ever heard of a head exploding. Like that at least.
But I do get you being cautious about it. We did just meet today, and this is a big deal for you.
Indeed, it certainly is. Well, fortunately, it seems that people around here, at the very least from what we seem a bit more well, understanding of our condition. So that's been easier to deal with, so to speak.
Camille nods.
Mm-hmm.
That's certainly good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Inkwell's pretty good about that.
Yes, indeed it is. We're eternally grateful for especially the doctors over here. Well, it's going to be sad when we have to eventually leave and return home, but hopefully we'll be able to visit once again in the near future.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Though I was going to say that the others would miss you, but Professor is the kind who would visit you first.
Yeah.
Yes, he does have that box of his. He hasn't told us much, but I do believe well, he did use it to travel to well, let's just say a place that would have been rather difficult to reach otherwise.
Mhm. He does tend to do that a lot.
That he does.
Yeah. I still want to see what's inside of that thing. Angelique says. Well, perhaps he will allow us one day, but only if he allows us. We don't want to be, bothering him about it too much. I think Angelique just kind of like sighs and pouts.
Leo almost immediately, because he's a polite little boy, said, "Oh, she's not a thing," but he has to stop himself.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Camille was mentally like, you and Juby both. Because I think at this point in the timeline, Juby has not been allowed in yet.
Yeah, I'd say it's a bit
Wow.
earlier. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, he does get a little bit protective of it, but I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And besides, there were quite a few other places you wanted to see, other than there, yes? Oh, right, of course, we still need to keep working on our list, right? Oh, actually, hey, you guys, do you know, what was the word, uh, Was it amusement park? No, dear, amusement park. Yeah, that's the one. Do you know any good amusement parks around here?
Camille opens his mouth. Camille closes his mouth. And he's wearing a mask, but it's still kind of obvious because he does lift a finger to speak and then lowers it because,
You probably see, like, the outline of his mouth under the mask.
yeah. Just looks over to Leo instead.
Leo also kind of, because Leo doesn't go to amusement parks.
I will say
Villestown is his amusement park.
That is true.
Fair.
I will say out of character, because I was thinking about this earlier. There is that one, I mean, it's a bit of a distance from Villestown, but it's like smack dab in the middle of Inkwell. It's TP Bar Nuns, like big
Oh, I thought that was
amusement park.
I thought that was closer to Faruma. I thought that was the one that was like in
I
Giznep.
had to check in on the lore for this one, but like last I checked, it was like right in the middle, because the whole thing is that like it's also like sort of a neutral ground in between like the various countries in Inkwell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that definitely be one of like the more famous ones.
Mm-hmm. I know that you see, Camille's first thought was to recommend a park he's actually gone to. Problem.
Mm-hmm.
People died there.
I cannot recall a single Detective Conan bit where he went to an amusement park where everyone came out alive at the end of it.
Yep.
Looks at that fucking the movie that we watched recently with the fucking amusement park.
Yeah, there's usually either explosions or murder or some other horrible thing going
Sometimes
on.
both.
Usually, yeah, sometimes both. So he's kind of just standing there as he tries to find a way to perhaps shift the subject. Because
I'm not. Can't really recommend anywhere I've personally gone.
Leo kind of sheepishly is just I'm not really an amusement park kind of guy, unfortunately.
Well, that's quite all right. We've been doing a bit of our research as well. I do know there's one. It's a bit more of a distance away from Villestown. We were hoping for something
That's
more
good.
local. Mm-hmm.
Maybe not a Villestown amusement park.
She kind of like tilts her head. Oh, well, if that's your suggestion, any particular reason why, though, if I may ask?
mhm.
I think she kind of like shrinks back a little. So like, well, if you would prefer not to say, I will not pry into that. I will just take your word
No,
for
it's
it.
not I mean, it's a little hard to explain, especially to someone not from Inkwell and not really aware of all of the tropes and gags and
Gosh, I can
rules.
obviously say something like really blunt and kind of bad here. I'm very
Uh-oh.
tempted.
Oh,
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go for it. All right.
go for it.
Geez, it can't be that bad. I mean, it's not like he died there, right?
The boys just like share a look.
Yeah, Camille just winces before he looks over at Leo.
Yeah, Leo's doing the yikes emote.
A sweat drop runs down.
I think there's like just like a comedic beat of like time, like where it takes for Anjali to realize what this is. I think Lyra just kind of like turns to her and sighs and is like, "Dear, you really should watch what you say." And Angela just like throws her hands up in the air, like, "Well, how was I supposed to know that?"
Yeah, unfortunately, Villestown is kind of the murder mystery capital of Inkwell currently. And
Like,
amusement parks are kind of the popular setting for those.
Oh,
yeah.
the good news is that if murder and previous explosions aren't a turnoff, then there's a few good parks.
Yeah, I think when you guys bring this up, there's like another like beat of silence as she's thinking, and then she says like, "Oh, that's why there's so many detectives. Now I understand what Izumi's aid meant."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very common genre here, and well, detectives are part of the genre.
Yeah, and I mean, on the bright side, it's not all murder mysteries. Villestown is also kind of becoming the phantom thief capital of Inkwell.
Phantom Thieves. Goodness, that does sound rather exciting. Sounds like something out of a novel. Well, I suppose that would be rather fitting given, well, the way Inkwell seems to be.
Oh yeah, the phantom thief stuff in Villestown is great. I'm a huge fan.
uh, and Camille just barely holds back from giving Leo a look.
Well, it certainly does sound rather exciting. I'd almost like to be rather lucky to witness a heist like that. Though I doubt we'll be around here long enough to see something such as that, but it's rather exciting to think about.
I don't know. When's the next full moon again? As if Leo doesn't have the entire like moon chart and schedule calendar like memorized.
I would assume under a month.
Well, I mean, I guess depending if you guys are still around, one of the more well-known phantom thieves of Villestown, Phantom L, uh, he he usually goes on heists every full moon.
Oh, really? Now that's rather fascinating. Yeah, Lyra is definitely eating this up now.
Mhm.
Yeah, you'd think with such a set schedule he'd be caught by now, but no, he's been at large for almost 4 years now, I think.
Oh,
Camille cannot hold back his scoff this time.
Nah, don't mind that one. He's technically Phantom L's detective rival, so
oh,
Yeah,
you're
but it's
you're
okay.
you're a detective like your brother. Oh, that's so sweet. And she's very much showing this in like the not intentionally condescending way, but sort of the little kid like trying to be like his big brother.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
adorable.
it is an unfortunate side effect of Camille being 8,
Yeah.
technically like 6.
Okay, he does not have restraint.
Oh
uh,
no.
and Camille sort of smiles up at her as he's just, oh, yeah, though Phantom Thieves are kind of out of my normal jurisdiction of homicides.
I think there's just like a beat of silence, and then I don't know if she can do this because like she's real kind, but you know like the anime character thing where like the eyes go like kind of like what like white like little circles when they're shocked.
Mhm.
She just kind of does that and is like, what was that?
Well, you see, much like Phantom Thieves, detectives tend to have a gimmick, and the world has decided to make my gimmick the fact that I am 8 years old.
And you regularly investigate homicides?
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I think she's kind of at a loss for words.
Camille, who is a little bit smug over this.
Leo's just, no, yeah, I know that feeling. That's how I felt when I found out, too.
I think Angelique like kind of like floats in front of her face and like waves her tiny little hand in front of her eyes a couple of times, like, I think you broke her. Oh geez, this
Oh.
doesn't mean Evelyn's gonna show up, is it? And I think instantly Lyra pops up, is like, no, dear, I'm quite all right. It's just, well, rather surprising thing to hear.
It tends to be, but if you're hanging around Villestown, then you'll probably find out sooner or later.
Hmm. Dear, perhaps it may be for the best that we are returning home soon. Well, I mean, yeah, but like we don't have to go. I mean, right away. I mean, I think Angelique kind of pops up again, like, I mean, that's the reason we're asking about amusement parks. Is I mean, we're hoping that once our aunt comes to get us, that maybe she'll let us stay for a couple extra days and you know, do some fun stuff before we have to go home.
I definitely hope you guys get to experience something fun, hopefully outside of Villestown.
Yes, we are.
I mean,
Mhm.
if you are worried about personally getting murdered, you'll be fine.
I do certainly hope so. I mean, we only just recently got out of a rather close G6 head. Never mind. I shouldn't get into that.
He's so very good at tact.
So good at comforting people.
Yeah. Don't worry. I think they'll be shifting the subject pretty quick.
Yeah.
But yes, I suppose if our aunt permits it, she better permit it. I mean, she hasn't visited us once the whole time you've been here. Well, yes, but I mean, she's rather busy with her own things back in Faruma, so we certainly can't expect her to. And it's not as if we needed her. We've done quite well for ourselves, all right. Well, yeah, but it's still unfair. I mean, the least she could do is treat us to a trip to the amusement park. Plus, I've never gone, so. Well, yes, I suppose so, but again, only if she permits it. I think there's kind of like a little back and forth between them like that, just kind of ending with Angelique pouting a little bit again.
Mhm. I think Camille probably looks over at Leo and in their little thieves' can't probably signs like,
So we're breaking her out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Got it.
and
I absolutely have enough money for a teleportation circle to Giznep.
I'm sure the professor will be in on it.
Oh yeah. You know what would be a really funny way to end this FPS?
yeah.
Yeah.
If because technically Aurelia was wandering around long enough to get to the first floor and was absolutely probably spotted by other doctors and nurses. If inmate is just like, oh, just like walks in and is just, oh,
I mean, if
3 of their patients.
I mean, we could have a cameo at the end if Avi would be down for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you want it, you can unmute. All right, special
Yeah,
distance
go for it.
everybody.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll give it a moment.
Show me the Avi. Give me the Avi. I want the Avi.
The obvious here. Hi,
Avi!
everybody!
Yay!
Hi!
I haven't done a cameo like this in like a year. Maybe
Get it
longer.
now, you silly bitch.
Technically, it was a cameo in like the first episode of Shadow Reflections, so.
No, it's well, I mean, like it's somebody else's FPS.
Fair enough.
My name is Avi, and I will be cameoing as inmate 01, your local amnesiac doctor.
Mhm.
You hear the doorknob
sort of rattle a bit as the door opens, and standing in the doorway with the studio audience applause. That's a joke. Is inmate 01. Inmate's right there.
I think Camille probably jumps like,
Oh, hi, doctor.
Hey, it's the good doctor.
Oh, hello there, doctor. I do hope you don't mind. We have, well, I suppose guest, at the moment. We weren't quite expecting it, but, well, we, Aurelia got a bit lost on the way back here, and, I think she'll kind of like give a brief little explanation of that.
Leo looks between them and is just, oh shit, it's the good doctor.
I was aware that you had been wandering around. Is everything all right?
Yes, it is. Apologies if we worried you. We just wish to get a bit of fresh air and stretch our legs. It's not a very good idea to be staying in bed all the time, of course.
No, of course not.
Mhm.
If you would ever like to take a walk, I do have it on good authority that the hospital garden is rather nice in the midday. Though perhaps next time you should have a nurse accompanying you.
Yes, indeed. And our apologies for wandering off on our own. And I think she'll like kind of bow her head apologetically a little bit. I think Angelique also chimes in like, "We weren't alone. I mean, I was there." I think Lila just like shushes her.
Leo is standing there with his head kind of bowed as he is realizing the situation, like he is a small child ready to be scolded.
oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, I
at
just had
the
I
very
just had a cute
least.
idea. Do you think like
Oh.
inmate might be there to deliver Lyra's glasses? Because we were talking about that earlier. It could be kind of fitting.
I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Well, Inmate had more to say. They're just bad at conversation.
I think
I
that's what
love
you do.
them.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, let a nurse know where you are going.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course.
I could do something really awful.
Oh.
Oh?
I could have Camille not so casually ask inmate if there is a section of time coming up where they are not on duty and thus cannot be held accountable for disappearance of a patient.
You could. I have a response ready for that.
Oh boy. I think Camille's just. Oh, on that note though, is there like a period of time coming up where you're not going to be on duty?
They kind of look at you. There's silence for a moment.
In case I have to, pick up more medicine, it would be good for me to know when not to go.
He says like a liar.
I am always working at this hospital, Camille. I have your glasses, and they're gonna step forward to deliver that.
Aw.
Oh.
Oh, I love you, inmate.
Oh, thank you. Oh, goodness, that's quite perfect timing. And she'll take the box from them. Still debating like how exactly her glasses look. I'm thinking probably they'll make me oval-shaped ones. I'll have to brainstorm it a bit. I think they're probably like the oval-shaped kind. Similar to what I have, because I think that's a cute style.
Oval-shaped supremacy.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
everyone has round glasses.
I did draw Leo with rectangle ones this time.
Oh damn! I
it's
can't
fun.
believe he broke the round glasses.
I know, I'm sorry. Round
Aw,
glasses didn't fit his whole bad boy grunge look.
Damn, Ev.
Did you just get extra glasses then?
I mean, some people have spares.
Yeah.
That's so I'm just like, that's expensive.
To be fair, I got 3 pairs of glasses for just over $100.
Damn. Okay.
Dang.
I found a real good website. Anyway, that's
That's for a different time.
That's for later. But yeah, for now though, yeah, I think she'll very carefully take the glasses out of the whatever case they're in and put them on. And she'll kind of glance over at probably glance over at Leo and just cause.
yeah. You want some funny fuel to the fire?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Leo gives a thumbs up. Is just, oh yeah, it looks great.
Oh yes, they do seem to be working. I can see your face quite a bit more clearly now. This will certainly help quite a bit. Oh, and um, I can certainly see why Aurelia was getting so flustered earlier.
Camille chokes.
Leo tilts his head.
And that's probably a good place to end it, huh?
Yes.
And the camera pans out.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Duh.
Yeah, please imagine, like, in their head, Aurelia is just, like sputtering, and just like, no, why did you say that?
Why would you say that out loud to him? Avi, thank you for your cameo. We love them. We love them, Avi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abby.
Yay. And thank you to everybody who's been listening right now and in the future. And of course, thank you so much to Fletch and Marzi for being here for this. This was such a fun FPS.
Hell
Yes,
yeah,
thank you for
dabs.
having us. It was very good. They're friends now.
They're friends.
They're friends.
She's gonna get. I hate saying this. She's gonna get friendly kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure, they'll have a lot of fun with that. But for now, I'm going to pause the recording. But farewell to everybody, and I wish you all a very good time zone. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.